This place first opened way back in 1957. We are inside legendary Lambeau Field here in Green Bay. We all know this community lives for its Packers, and the green and gold came out of the tunnel a short time ago, and it was loud. We are ready for football, so are they, as the Packers get set to match up with Derek Carr and the Oakland Raiders. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told, as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
At their own 18-yard line.
Down! 180! Let's go, defense! Let's go, defense! All right, here we go.
They run it with a rookie from Alabama, Josh Jacobs. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less, as they come up on second and inches. Now Carr. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. He's got a man, complete. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 43. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Carr going to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
Let's go, deep, tighten up. Let's go, deep, tighten up.
From midfield, here's Carr. And the pressure gets to him again.
Well, that takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the Pack up 1st and 10 at their own 18. Throwing now is Rodgers. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets his football out shy of the 30 to the 29. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down. They'll go with their leading rusher from a season ago. This is Aaron Jones. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd.
50. Hey, you block over here.
Throwing is Rodgers. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
First down. First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. It's caught here by Adams. Touchdown, Packers! Devontae Adams. His 9th touchdown of the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage, the rookie from Maryland. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Devin Funchess, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Crosby connects on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 20.
And nothing but daylight ahead. And he takes it down deep into Green Bay territory. A big play there on the option. 76 yards. So down inside the 5-yard line. I have to say, really just a poor job defensively there.
You're exactly right. As a former defensive back, that was not played well at all. But give credit to the offense and give credit to the guy running the football. He gets it down all the way inside the 5.
Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know, defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. It's a pickup of 3, but still a little work to do on 3rd and goal. They'll run with Jacobs, and they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Give him 4 yards there, but they're still well short of the goal line with 4th down now looming. They go with Jacobs, and he'll be caught behind the line of scrimmage at the 3. They stop him on 4th and goal at the 3. And the Packer defense stands tall down by the goal line. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he's going to lose yardage back to his own 1-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more epic.
It got his man complete. And he will finally be taken down up at the 48. It's a big play that time for the Packers. 47 yards. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
26. I got it.
On the delay, Jones. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
58, boy, 58.
Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. Past the 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And that one makes it 14-7. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one, that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. The veteran tight end, Mercedes Lewis, the intended receiver. But now it'll be third down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now it's Rodgers. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. That's good for 28 yards.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 47. Here's Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. That's caught. It's Robert Tonyan, the tight end. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
Rodgers going to throw. Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 20. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
6-18. Small. Heavy.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Well, these two franchises, very rich histories. This game, of course, part of the NFL 100 series. But the meeting that really sticks out from way back when is 1968 Super Bowl II, which at the time was known as the AFL-NFL World Championship game. But Bart Starr was the MVP of that game. He went against Darryl LaMonica, the Mad Bomber, the quarterback for the Raiders. Packers would get the victory just like they did the year before in the first ever Super Bowl over the Chiefs. And Bart Starr was also the MVP of that game as well. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. And the Packers pick it up. And he hurdles him and into space. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score. And a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
We'll be singing in the shower post-game. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear the coaches from all the way up here. They were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. He's airing it out for Williams. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. A big play that time for the Raiders, 55 yards. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And now a fumble. The ball's out, and the Packers pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And this is where you need the quarterback to morph into being a running back. The ball can't be away from his body. It can't be loose. It can't be held like he's going to throw it. Tuck it away. Take care of it because he's going to run through a lot of traffic.
And if he doesn't take care of it, we're going to see less design runs like that. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. To throw is Rodgers. And that's complete to Adams. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 22 yards there, a 1st down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Rodgers to throw. And this is caught. Mercedes Lewis with a grab. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 16 and a 1st down for the green and gold. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. On 1st down, Rodgers. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing again, Rodgers. Funches has it complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Give him 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the 1st as well. So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
Rodgers now to throw. Forced out to his left. Letting one go deep for the ends. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Aaron Rodgers, 3 first-half touchdown passes. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started, and so close to hitting pay dirt last time, fumbling down near the goal line. Now, how does that affect their psyche this time around?
It's a tester.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick.
It's just been one mistake after another on the offensive side of the ball. That's now 3 interceptions to go along with 2 fumbles for him. And if you're going to turn the ball over 5 times in a game, your chances to win have to be about 100 to 1. and it's not looking good for him here.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Steps away to his left. Incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Here's a quick hitch route and the throw complete. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open.
It's a foot race. He's got Adams on the hookup. Touchdown, Packers. 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Kenny Clark in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Here's Carr to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he can't hang on. He had a good shot there for his 3rd pick of the game. Instead, it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Check, 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 check. Check, check, check.
And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens.
6:37. 58, boys, 58.
Here we go on 4th down with Carr. Able to find Walter. That's complete. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the 2nd quarter.
At 29. 29. Watch the boot. Watch the boot.
The final shot here before half for Carr. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Good positioning, and it's picked off. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, so it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the 3rd quarter. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. The second half starts with a carry by Jones. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Corey Littleton, Pro Bowler for the first time a season ago, in to make the tackle. They had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Well, now they'll try the end around. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's 3rd down.
Here we go. Hey, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Kill. Turn up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Take up.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Jones rolling to his right. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Jonathan Abram, the rookie from Mississippi State. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter defensively. They did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
Zadarius Smith able to get him down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will get him 1 closer. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go, baby.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Now Rodgers. He'll buy some time right. On the run, he'll let this go deep. That's caught inside the 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. They give him a gain of 38. What a game it's been for this duo.
They remind me of a good comedy team. They know how to play off of each other so well. No matter how one riffs, the other's right there to pick them up, and they are shredding them in this ballgame.
Being chased out left. He's going to take off with it. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
The best quarterbacks that ever played the game all wanted to blend in with their teammates and be one of the guys. But sometimes you got to take modesty and put it aside. You're the franchise quarterback, the face of the team, and the guy that leads them to victory. You have to get down and protect yourself and not take hits like that.
To throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers to the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. Good coverage there by Trayvon Mullen.
You figure down in the red zone, the play call that's going to come in, find the guy that's most susceptible, the guy that you think that you can beat. In this case, they tried to pick on the rookie, and he was actually up to the challenge.
Yes, he was. Solid job knocking that away. Eluding the pressure right toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through, and that lead will move from 20 up now to 23. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
Here we go.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minutes. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Adrian Amos up to make the tackle. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
29. Mike's 4-2. Hey, let's get him home. Express. 42. Mike's 42.
Here's Carr. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
And no move to pull Carr and the offense off. They're going to go on 4th down.
You must be dreaming.
They do go for it. It's Carr. He's got a man. It's Williams. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And an alley to run. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Jacobs. Busting through contact. Just wasn't a huge hole there for him to operate. Stopped just inside the 35-yard line.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll go down at the 28. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They run it with Jacobs. And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. Now let's check on the call. That's on the big guard, Gabe Jackson. Back now at Lambeau. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. They'll try to throw now. Mariota dancing to his left. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the first down due to the previous penalty.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber.
Now it's the backup Mariota. And his first throw here is incomplete. Jair Alexander that time able to knock that one away. Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers. So a lot of credit to the defensive game plan and especially the execution.
And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard.
6 guys, check 6 guys. Check.
Once again, it's Jacobs. And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a first down. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
Check 4, check 4. Check, check. Fresno, Fresno, Fresno.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6. 14-yard line.
Right there. I got you. I got you.
On 2nd down now, it's Jacobs. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. He may try and run for this. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 3rd and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. First down. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on second? And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. A great play there. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Raiders get a score closer. Up to the line, Mariota. His guys will go for 2 here. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point... conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field, so it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
So don't say nothing.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. It's caught here by Adams. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 44-yard line. Now a first down run is going nowhere. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. A loss of 2. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Devin Funchess, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
He's got daylight. The 40, the 20, 10, and the Raiders are in for 6. Touchdown. From end zone to end zone, it's a 106-yard return. And the Raiders make some inroads here on that deficit. Up to the line, Mariota. His guys will go for 2 here.
58's the mic. Bravo. Yo, 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 yo. Yo. 58's the mic.
From the gun, Mariota. He's got it. So they convert the 2. That keeps their slim hopes alive as we're back to a 2-score game. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw.
The Packers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
3 yards is the pickup, but it leaves them still needing 11 here on 3rd down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. This will be fielded at the 17. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They'll run it now out of the gun. Preston Smith there on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here comes, and he lost the football. Mariota had it jarred loose, and the Packers pick it up. Then they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
Well, that drive wasn't a case of wanting to put points on the board. It was needing having to, and they didn't get it done.
Yeah, didn't get it done, and now you look at the situation and the point differential, 2 scores, pretty much game, set, match.
How about the takeaway, though, huh? How about those defensive guys?
Well, I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Over. Protein spill.
On second down, it's Jones. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on third. They'll go again to Jones. And he's got this down to the 35. 13 yards, first down, Packers.
13 yards on the play. That's good for our Packers. First down. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.